Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the BrendaLEADS podcast. So, our topic for today, don't let anybody play in your face, okay? It is not okay to allow people to act like and or to think that it is okay to play you in your face. That's not cool. That's not right. You don't deserve that. And if you know that, you stand strongly on that. You got to show people that you are not to be played with. And not just that, they're not going to play you in your face. They're not going to play you like a fool. They're not going to make you look stupid or anything of that sort. So let me get a little bit more into deeper detail of what I mean about that and what I mean by that. So playing your face means, and it is also when you are allowing people to disrespect you, manipulate you, or to lie to you. None of those things are okay, and none of those things are good, and none of those things are things that you should be allowing anybody to do to you. And they act as if it's okay. Like it's not supposed to bother you when they do these things. Because unfortunately, all these things bother us when people do these kind of things to us. Nobody likes to be put through this kind of stuff. And you should always believe and know that you deserve better. And you should not have to go through these kind of things. Neither should you have to deal with this kind of treatment either. Often in an obvious way, and you are accepting it. Do not accept it and do not be the one to accept it. And if you are accepting it, that is a problem in itself. And what is wrong with you? Because why are you allowing that? And why are you acting like it is okay for people to treat you this way? You know better. So protecting your peace requires setting firm boundaries, like I always mention, recognizing your self-worth, and not allowing anyone to treat you as a placeholder or a game. Let me put it like this to all of you, and keep this in mind and remember this, please. You are not a placeholder, okay? You are a human being with feelings and boundaries, and your boundaries need to be respected along with your feelings as well. And if it's not, that is an issue. And you are not a game. You are not to be played with, like I said from the beginning. And if somebody is playing with you or playing with you too much or been playing with you too many times, obviously something's wrong here. Something needs to be done. We got to put a stop to this. I know what it's like at times to go through these kind of things because I've been in many situations where people did try to play me in my face. And they did try to play me like a fool. And they did try to make me look stupid. And I had to really let them know what's up. Let them know straight up, like, you're not going to make me look stupid. You're not about to, treat me any kind of way. You're not about to just walk all over me. You're not about to just treat me like I'm nothing, like I'm nobody, like I mean nothing. I mean something. I don't got to mean anything to anybody, but I mean something. I matter to me. I mean something to myself. Okay? You don't got to always mean something to somebody. It's your world. You're the character of your own story when you're living your life. It's all about you. So therefore, it don't matter what anybody else is thinking. Let's make that clear. So here are some ways of how you can stop people from playing in your face if you are somebody that is going through this, or if you feel as though people are playing you in your face all the time or too much. Here are some ways how you can get it to die down, or at least to come to a stop. Because you're not about to keep going through this. Nobody is. So first things first is to set firm boundaries. That is always important in any kind of situation. Boundaries are very much so needed at all times. Clearly communicate what you will not tolerate and stand by it, as this is how you teach people to treat you with respect. And it all starts with that. Recognize your worth. When you know your value, you won't allow yourself to be misused or manipulated by others, even those you love. Yes, especially those you love. Those you love will definitely be the first to manipulate you and do you wrong. It don't matter how much love you get from family. It doesn't matter how much love your family gives to you. And it does not matter how much they say they love you and care for you. They can be the same ones to treat you this way. Whether you want to believe it or not, you may not believe it until it actually happens to you. Or you're put into a situation where a loved one do treat you like this. But I'm going to tell you right now, Sometimes it be your own loved ones to treat you wrong. And it have happened to many people. And it's really sad for real. I just don't want that to be any of you, if I'm being completely honest, along with myself. And don't ignore red flags. You should never ignore red flags. And I know that can be, but you have to pay attention to these red flags. Sometimes we become blinded by these red. When it's being shown to us, when it's right in front of our face, it's like we don't even pick up on it or recognize it. It's like we don't even see what's really happening. We don't see the real picture here on what's going on. We ignore it when we clearly know and can see that something's not right. So you need to definitely make sure that you don't ignore red flags. You're never supposed to ignore red flags. Often people are intentional about manipulative behavior. Stop giving chances to those who knowingly break your trust. And at some point, you do have to stop giving chances after chances to people who keep breaking your trust or that keep giving you reasons to not trust them anymore. Because the more you keep trusting them, it's like the more they're going to keep constantly finding reasons to do stuff that's going to make you lose that trust. And at some point, you just got to stop trusting this person or these individuals. It is what it is. Remove your presence if you have to. It's never anything wrong with that. I do it all the time. Mostly more so when I'm not comfortable around certain people or a certain person. I will remove myself. I have no problem with doing that. And you always have the choice and the option to do that. But it's up to you whether you choose to do it or not. If someone consistently brings drama, toxicity, or lies into your life, you need to remove yourself from that situation or that relationship or that person. That is not healthy for any person to be around. No individual or any person should be around that kind of stuff. And if you are, they need to remove their presence from all of that ASAP, because that's not good. And then be direct. So do not allow people to be nice to your face while talking behind your back. And there are a lot of people that do that. And people have done that to me. And I think that is like so fake and phony to do. Because why, when you see me face to face or you cross paths with me, it's like you want to talk all nicely to me and you want to chop it up with me. And then when I'm not around you or you're around other peers or other people, you're talking crap about me. And you have everything under the sun to say about me. But when you're right in front of my face, you want to act like you're my best friend or we're the best of friends. Like you wasn't just talking about me. That's weird energy that I don't entertain. All right. And then protect your peace. Recognize that allowing someone to constantly play games is draining. And it is draining. And it will drain you a lot. And that's not good in itself either. You must protect your mental and emotional energy. Yes, always. I always do. No doubt about it. I always do. Because I say to myself, if I don't, nobody else will. Okay? You got to be the one to make sure that you protect everything relating and retaining to you. Because if you don't, how else is it going to be protected? The only person that I really can say that will protect it is probably God, and that's it. That's your job to do. And God is also going to make sure that he do his part as well. But God will do what he got to do, because God always do what he got to do. But mostly importantly, you make sure that you protect your peace, your energy, all of that. Because people can find ways to easily get attached to these things. And once they get attached to it, once they get their hands on it, like I said, it can be hard to get these things back once it's gone. Like I've heard many people say, and like I always have said myself, is that you don't know how good it is to have something until you don't have it anymore. Certain energy that certain people have and that certain people carry, other people would die for. Like certain people see certain things in other people and want to feed off of it, or they just want it so bad. And when they see that somebody else have this kind of energy that they don't have within themselves, they feel a certain kind of way. Or they want to be like this other person so bad, or they want to have the kind of energy that they see that other people have. But it's all about you as the person. You can be a person to have good energy. You can be a person with good energy. Anybody can have good energy. It all depends on you. Like, the energy you carry says a lot about you. You know, it says and speaks a lot of things about you as a person than you think it does. You don't think people feed off energy? People feed off energy all the time. All the time. A lot of people feed off of my energy because they like my energy. They like the kind of person I am. They like that I have so much creativity. They like that, you know, I can't really tell, like, why people feed off of my energy so much the way they do sometimes, but I know a lot of people do. And, you know, sometimes I can understand it and then other times I can't. But I know that they don't feed off of it for a bad reason. They feed off of it for a good reason, because you have people that feed off of different things for different reasons. But one thing I'm going to say is that at least feed off of people's energy for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons, or to do the wrong things with it, or to use it towards people that it don't need to be used towards. Like, you know, if you're going to feed off energy, feed off of good energy, positive energy, energy that makes you feel good, energy that makes you look good, you know, because you do know the energy that you feed off of, you do spawn that onto other people and other peers that you're around. Sometimes you do it and don't even realize it. Just like when you're around a bunch of negative energy, what do you think happens? You feed off of that energy, and then you start spawning that onto other people, and then you start being negative towards others. Like, you know, it's not the best type of, like, it's not the best type of energy to feed off of at all. But, you know, people feed off of different types of energy that they feel from different people. And everybody's energy is different. And like I said, energy is something that can be, you know, used and taken, and once it's gone, it's hard to get those kind of things back. Like, for real. A lot of the treatment we get from people and a lot of the behaviors that we receive and see from people have a lot to do with people's energy too, and the energy that you allow within your space and the energy that you allow into your life. You got to be cautious of stuff like that. Like, you can't always think everybody's a good person or that everybody's going to be good to you. Like, you can't make those kind of assumptions all the time. You can't always go into that kind of mindset thinking that everybody's this good person. No, just because they're a good person does not mean that they're going to be a good person to you. Does not mean that they're going to treat you right or that they're going to treat you good, because they can be a good person and not treat you right at all. And you don't want that for yourself, and you don't want to have regrets later on in life feeling like you were being foolish or you weren't paying attention to the signs that was being shown. You know, sometimes we do become blinded by things that we should really be paying attention to when it comes to people's behaviors and energies and attitudes. Like, sometimes there be certain things and people that you really should be paying attention to, and you become so blinded by it that you don't even realize. Or you want to think otherwise of this person. Like, you don't want to take the truth for what it is. But like they always say, when a person shows you who they really are, that is who they are, and you are best to believe it. You have no other choice but to believe it. It's no trying to think something different or trying to think like, oh, that's not who they really are. Maybe they're just going through something. No, it has nothing to do with, well, it don't just have something to do with what people are going through. What they've shown to you is who they truly, really are. And that's just that. Like, it's no other way to possibly put it or to say it, you know? But, you know, I just want to say this is that, you know, for us that are young adults, you know, we're only getting older, okay? And sometimes you really have to ask yourself, as you go through things in life and stuff, and as you go through different things with different kind of people, you have to really ask yourself sometimes, like, how many times am I going to keep allowing somebody to play in my face? Or am I going to keep allowing somebody to mistreat me or to treat me wrong? How many times am I going to keep allowing this person to, you know, treat me like I don't have boundaries or I'm not a person with boundaries? How many times am I going to keep allowing this person to disrespect me or to step all over me or to keep talking to me in no kind of way or to not be respectful and mindful of my feelings? You know, these are different kind of things that you really have to think to yourself. Because sometimes we don't realize how many times we keep allowing people to do stuff to us until we reach our breaking point where we just get tired of it and you're just ready to just lash out and snap. Nobody wants to get to that point. Nobody likes getting to that point. I don't even like getting to that point. But if it has to be done in order for me to let out all the emotions and stuff I have built up, then that's just what I gotta do. If I gotta go to this person and let them know how I really feel about them, then that's just what I'm gonna do. Whatever it is that have to be done or that needs to be done for me to let these emotions out, that's what I'm gonna do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the type to come off to anybody just hurting anybody's feelings or just saying anything to anybody any kind of way and don't care how it makes them feel. I don't like doing that. But if it gets to a point where like I'm really tired of it and enough is enough, then I'm going to go to you and I'm going to say what I need to say to you. And I'm not going to think twice about it and I'm not going to hesitate either. I don't think too much about like hurting feelings after I tell them how I feel about them. As long as I got to say how I feel and I got my point across to let them know like how I really feel, that's all I really care about. However they choose to take it is on them. If you want to get offended about it or get offended by what I said or what I told you, then that's on you. I have no control over how people react to the things I say to them. You know, I have no control over how they're going to feel about what I said. In my mind, in my head, I know I didn't say nothing wrong. All I was doing was just telling this person how I feel. And if they're going to come off acting like me expressing my feelings was a problem or an issue, then that says more about them than it does about me. Or sometimes it just comes to show that people can't handle the truth when it's being told to them. Because the moment you tell people the truth, they don't handle it well. Or they just don't want to hear it, or they find some way to just ignore it because it's not what they want to hear. No one never wants to hear the truth. But everybody have to be told the truth at some point, even if it is about themselves or their behavior or what they're doing or what's happening. The truth have to be told. And you have the right to, you know, speak on how you feel or, you know, how something or someone is making you feel. You shouldn't have to hold back your feelings for no one or anyone saying what we need to say and saying what we want to say. So why not do that? You know? There are too many times in my life where somebody had made me feel like I didn't have the right to speak up for myself or I didn't have the right to say what I wanted to say. And now I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I'm going to say what I want. And I don't care what nobody thinks or how anybody feels about it. It's my feelings, it's what I think, and it's how I'm feeling. Everybody don't have to feel the same way I do. It does not matter because everybody's not going to anyway. I don't care about that. That's less of my concern. Just know that this is how I feel and this is what I have to say. And that's the end of it. And with that being said, don't be the foolish one to allow people to keep doing the same repetitive stuff to you that you're tired of. If you know you're tired of it, you will put a stop to it. You will stop allowing them to do it. It all starts with you. Whatever you choose to keep allowing people to do, that's what they're going to keep doing and putting you through. And if that's what you're going to be sitting around dealing with instead of defending yourself and trying to stop it, then that's on you. You know, you just got to think about how that's going to make you look in the end. And if you know that that's something that's not going to make you feel good, then why are you allowing it to happen? So that's really it. Don't let nobody play in your face. Because the more you keep allowing it, the more you are not a game. You are not to be played with. You are with dreams, goals, whatever you want to call it. Take these things seriously. Don't take it as a joke because you're not a joke. And if you choose to sit around and allow people to treat you as if you are one, then that's just what it's going to be. And if you're going to allow people to play you in your face, that's just what it's going to be. You got to be the one to stand your ground at all costs because you have the right to do so. You see how things turn out for individuals who don't stand their ground or they don't stand up for themselves. And then the same cycle continues. They keep going through the same things. People keep doing the same types of things to them because nothing's being done about it, or they're not doing enough to make it stop. Sometimes, I've heard many people say this, and I don't say it as often, but I'm going to say it now to you guys. Sometimes you have to show people who's boss. Show them who's the boss. Sometimes you got to show people that they're not the boss of you. They're not going to control you, and they're not going to tell you what to do. You run your life over here, not them. So therefore, you're not going to be the one to sit around and just let anybody do whatever they want to you. If you don't like something, you're going to speak on it, and you're going to let them know that you don't like what they're doing. Simple as that. It's not hard unless you're making it hard. That's what I had to learn. A lot of things don't have to be hard unless you're making it hard, unfortunately. And nothing's easy all the time either. And nothing's going to be. But a lot of things is hard for everybody, but it's all about what you're willing to do. How much you're going to push yourself.